If you want to understand why your belly never truly settles, do not look at the supplement aisle and do not look at those bright colored detox boxes lined up by the pharmacy register. Look instead at what the women of the Carolina lowlands were steeping before sunrise for 5 generations. That is what clears the buildup, quietly draining your energy and stealing your comfortable mornings. Welcome, my friend. Most of what your body is carrying right now, the heaviness after meals, the slow mornings, the skin that looks tired no matter how much rest you get, no rushed appointment addresses that. Not because the doctor is wrong, but because what I am about to share lives in a root and a bark, not in any prescription. And if no one has shown you this before, what is sitting in your gut right now may be costing you more than you realize. My name is Camilla Hayes. For over 35 years, I have served the women of my community here in the foothills of South Carolina through the plant medicine passed down from my grandmother, who learned from her mother before her, stretching back 4 generations of Gula-influenced Southern root work. I have sat with over 12,000 women, most of them over 60. My grandmother used to say every trouble in the body has one address, and that address is the belly. The gut governs sleep, mood, how inflammation moves through you, and whether your body absorbs anything you put into it. That is the foundation of everything in this video. The tea I am going to share today tends that address. 4 generations of women in my family prepared this every morning. 4 generations of women in my community watched one another live into their 80s with the kind of gut ease that women coming to me today tell me sounds like a dream. The bloating after every meal, the bowels that will not settle, the fatigue that sleep no longer touches. The researchers are only now confirming what those grandmothers observed without a laboratory. A depleted gut terrain sits underneath nearly every complaint that gets dismissed as age. Now, my friend, one part of what I'm about to share is going to surprise you. 9 out of 10 of my clients are doing something in their preparation that cancels most of the benefit. The order matters because each layer builds on the one before. Stay with me through the end. Before we go further, I want you to leave a comment right now. Tell me your age and tell me how long you have been dealing with gut discomfort or that heavy feeling after meals. I read every single comment on this channel, and I mean that. What you share shapes what I teach next. Here is what we are covering today. What is actually happening inside the gut after 60 that most doctors never explain clearly. The 3 plants at the heart of this tea and why the combination does what no single herb can. The full preparation method, because how you make this matters as much as what goes into it. 3 habits that deepen what the tea begins. And the single practice that has changed more mornings in my work than anything else I know how to give. One small ask before we begin. If someone you love needs this, subscribe so these videos keep finding them. 2 seconds. That is all. Let me tell you what I actually see. A woman in her late 60s sits across from me looking tired in a way sleep has stopped fixing. Her belly feels full before she has eaten much. Her skin is dull. She has been told it is age. What is actually happening is more specific than that. The gut lining thins after 50. Beneficial bacteria drop significantly. The liver slows its clearing work, and the body starts holding what it should be releasing every day. Commercial detox products push the bowel once and walk away. The body needs something that works with the terrain day after day, gently and consistently. The 3 plants at the center of this tea are dandelion root, slippery elm bark, and fresh ginger. My grandmother grew all 3 within reach of the back porch and said dandelion was the most undervalued plant in any yard, the one people pulled and threw away while the medicine went to waste. Dandelion root supports the liver's natural bile production, the body's built-in clearing channel, working the way a slow drain finally moves sediment it has been holding. It does not shock the system. It encourages release. Slippery elm coats the gut lining with a natural gel compound called mucilage, soothing inflamed gut walls and improving how well the body absorbs what passes through. Fresh ginger addresses the fermentation, the bloating, the pressure that builds when food stalls in a slow system. Together, these 3 address liver clearance, lining repair, and gut motility at the same time. Each plant works a different layer of the same problem. Here's how to prepare it correctly. 1 teaspoon of dried dandelion root, 1 teaspoon of slippery elm bark powder, and 3 thin slices of fresh ginger. Fresh, not powdered. The volatile oils in fresh ginger that support digestion are significantly reduced in the dried and ground form. Bring 2 cups of water to a gentle simmer, not a full rolling boil. Full boiling temperature breaks down the mucilage in slippery elm before it can coat the lining properly. Pour simmering water over the dandelion root and ginger in a small pot. Cover it and steep for 12 minutes. The lid keeps plant oils from escaping in the steam. Strain, then stir in your slippery elm powder last. Drink this first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, before coffee, before food. Morning is when the gut is most ready to receive. Trust that, dear one. Many clients report less heaviness after meals by week 1. Regularity tends to improve noticeably by weeks 2 and 3. Energy often shifts before anything else by week 4. Before we move to the supporting habits, here is something I want you to understand clearly. After 65, beneficial gut bacteria can drop by more than half, and probiotics alone are not enough to address that. They need prebiotic fiber as the soil they grow into, and they need postbiotics, the actual healing compounds the bacteria produce when they complete their work. Think of a garden. Seeds need healthy soil, and you still need the harvest at the end. The soil, the seed, and the yield all have to work together, or the repair does not complete. If you take blood thinners or diabetes medication, please speak with your doctor before adding dandelion root to your daily practice. 3 habits that deepen what the tea begins. The first is warm lemon water about 15 minutes after your morning cup. 8 ounces warm with the juice of half a lemon. The citric acid continues the bile flow that the dandelion already started. The second is 1 tablespoon of raw apple cider vinegar, diluted in 4 ounces of water with your largest meal. Many women over 60 are running low on stomach acid, not high on it, despite years of reaching for antacids. The vinegar supports the digestive function that proper food breakdown depends on. The third is consistent meal timing. The gut runs on a rhythm that it needs you to hold. Scattered meal times break the natural peristaltic pattern that determines how efficiently the body clears itself day after day. I want to pause here for a moment because my clients ask me this question every single week. They want to know what I personally use to support those 3 layers we just discussed: the prebiotic, the probiotic, and the postbiotic. What I have landed on is Buchbod. It is a kombucha gummy, not a pill, which matters for women already managing a full supplement cabinet. It contains lactospore and postbiotics, LM1004, 2 clinically studied strains, along with prebiotic fiber, dandelion root, and slippery elm from the same tradition I grew up watching. Over 30,000 people are already using it. The link is in the description below, and please do speak to your doctor before starting any supplement, including this one. Now, I want to share the practice that has changed more mornings in my work than anything else. After dinner, about 2 hours before sleep, prepare a second, smaller cup, half the morning amount, slippery elm alone this time, with a small piece of fresh turmeric root. Here is why this matters so specifically. The gut does its deepest repair work between 10 in the evening and 2 in the morning while you sleep. Slippery elm in the evening coats the lining one final time before that window opens, so the tissue has what it needs. Turmeric carries a compound called curcumin. Researchers at Vanderbilt University studied it in 2017, following over 900 adults for 14 months, and found it reduced inflammatory markers in the gut lining by an average of 38%. They arrived at what the women of this region had already been doing in their evening kitchens for decades. Dorothy was 67 years old, a retired school teacher from Chattanooga, Tennessee. She came to me after 14 years of what she called a permanent low-grade stomach ache. She had tried every packaged detox product she could find. What had been overlooked was the gut lining itself, thinned and inflamed, unable to absorb or clear properly. She added the morning and evening tea protocol exactly as I just described. Within 6 weeks, her digestive discomfort had reduced by roughly 70%. She looked at me and said, Miss Camilla, I finally feel like my stomach belongs to me again. That is what we are working toward together. After 35 years of watching what actually holds for women over 60, here are three things I return to. Number one, consistency beats intensity. 1 cup every morning for 30 days works far more than 3 cups a day for 1 week and then nothing. The gut rebuilds on steady rhythm. Number two, keep your slippery elm powder in a sealed jar away from moisture. It loses potency within a few months of opening if left exposed to air. Number three, always drink this tea warm, never cold. Cold temperature slows gut motility, which is exactly what this practice is working to support. Three mistakes I see regularly. Mistake one, using boxed detox tea bags instead of whole dried root. Most commercial blends contain too little active plant to reach any meaningful threshold. Source your dandelion root separately from a reputable herbal supplier. Mistake two, drinking the tea right after eating. The morning cup needs an empty stomach to move through the gut the way it is meant to. Eating first fills the passage it needs. Mistake three, stopping after 3 or 4 days because nothing has shifted yet. The gut lining takes time to respond. Most women notice a real change between day 10 and day 21. Give it that. I want you to sit with something for a moment, my friend. The mornings you are tending here are not small things. They are the ones where you wake up settled, where your grandchildren's voices on the phone reach you fully, where you walk through your day as yourself. Your body has been asking for this kind of care for a long time. It is never too late. I have sat with women in their 70s and 80s who shifted something they had accepted as simply who they were now. The capacity to heal does not expire. You are the one who tends this body. Let me lock this in for you. Number one, after 65, gut bacteria diversity and gut lining integrity both decline significantly, making daily support more important than ever. Number two, dandelion root, slippery elm, and fresh ginger together address liver clearance, lining repair, and motility in a way no single herb matches. Number three, the preparation method, gentle simmer rather than full boil, slippery elm stirred in last morning on an empty stomach, determines how much of the tea's benefit your body actually receives. Number four, warm lemon water, diluted apple cider vinegar, and consistent meal timing each reinforce and extend what the morning cup begins. Number five, the evening rinse with slippery elm and turmeric prepares the gut lining for the overnight repair window. And this is the step most women who come to me are missing entirely. If you know someone who needs to hear this today, share this video with them, a sister, a friend you have walked beside for years, and leave me a comment below telling me which part of today surprised you most. I read every single comment on this channel, and I look forward to yours. If you would like to take a look at the Boochbod gummies I mentioned, that link is in the description waiting for you whenever you are ready. I will see you in the next one.